Seriously?
Stomping off into the kitchen because you're mad, only to realize that the kitchen is still part of the living room. Welcome to living in 300 square feet in an RV.
We've had our share of bumps along the way since we started our full-time RV life, and we're going to share one of those doozies with you here today.
Of course, now we can laugh about it, but first...
Seriously, just stop talking to me. Like, I've had enough. Fine. There are two main reasons that people stop full-time RV life soon after getting started. The first reason is loneliness, and the second is not being able to survive living in close proximity with their partner. So now that you've had a really good laugh at our expense, we're going to share some tips so you can survive that first year or maybe your current year of full-time RV life.
Wish I'd have known these before we got started.
When we had our sticks and bricks, it was easy to go to another room when I didn't want to see his stupid face. But now, everywhere I turn, there it is. So getting mad in an RV has a whole new meaning than getting mad when you're in a sticks and bricks.
Yeah, go ahead and get up and go to another room. I'm still there. The only way we get separation is if one of us walks out that front door. You ready for bed yet?
Seriously? It's 8:30. Negotiating bedtimes are like negotiating peace treaties. There is some serious compromise involved. And RV life is going to have a ton of compromises, from what to watch, what time to go to bed, and maybe even when you're going to work throughout the day. And if one of you is a night owl and the other one gets up early in the morning, you're going to have real compromise. The smaller the RV, the bigger the compromises. In this small space, it is imperative that you stay organized so you don't drive each other nuts. Every item in the RV should have a place, and you should both know what that place is.
Especially if one of you is a neat freak and the other one's a little bit messier. Hey, babe. Babe.
What? I'm trying to edit a video.
Check this out. This is pretty funny.
Seriously, I'm trying to work. You keep interrupting me.
Well, it's funny. All right, this one I'll take because I have a huge problem with it, and that is creating invisible walls.
And this is very true. This is probably one of our biggest bickering sessions is Phil not realizing that I have my headphones in, I'm trying to edit a video, and he's over there giggling at some stupid reel that he wants me to see. So when someone is in that mind space of they're working or they are getting something done, you have to create that invisible wall and pretend like you're in separate offices. Yes, occasionally you may chat back and forth, but you should pretend like you're in separate spaces.
Guilty as charged. I don't do well with quiet areas.
Pretend walls.
Yeah, I'm a chatter. So if I see something funny, I want to share it. If I want to talk about something, I want to talk about it.
When we first moved into the RV, when he got up out of bed, the first thing he did was blasted ESPN. A, I don't like sports. And B, I don't want all that noise when I first wake up. I need to ease into my day.
And speaking of easing into the day, one of the compromises Stacy had to make for me was she had to be quiet first thing in the morning. She wanted to talk. I don't do any talking. I don't do any thinking till I have my first cup of coffee.
Since Phil's the neat freak here in this relationship, we'll let him take this one.
Clean as you go. Don't leave things sitting around your RV dirty. So when I'm cooking, I'm actually cleaning and washing the dishes because I don't want to see a pile of dishes sitting in the sink when I'm done cooking.
That is true. You know, just a couple of things. I'm going to get in trouble talking here. I shouldn't say much. What I will say is...
You're talking out of turn here.
Only a couple of things out will make the RV look like a mess. And that's really one of the reasons we make our bed every day. Because if your bed is unmade, that's almost half of your RV is a mess. So it does change the way you feel about your space when it's messy.
Yeah, even taking your clothes off at the end of the day and putting them on a pile on the floor, although it's just two sets of clothing,
the whole floor.
Yeah, it adds up. So put it in the laundry hamper or throw it right in the wash machine so that when you're ready to do a load of laundry, it's already in there.
Not killing your partner while living in a tiny space is not the only stressful part of moving into an RV. Sometimes it does help to have someone help work through those feelings and emotion, to help with conflict resolution, or just to see more optimism in the face of all of these new challenges. So that's where today's sponsor, BetterHelp, comes in. Talking to a therapist can help with stress management and other challenges you may need to work through when you hit life on the road. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier and much less intimidating, and it's perfect for life on the road because you can have a therapy session over a phone call, as a video chat, or even via messaging. Click on the link in the description below to get started. BetterHelp can help match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network. If you don't connect with your therapist, you can quickly and easily switch therapists with simply a click of a button at no additional cost. Join over 4 million people who've used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/todayissomeday. Clicking that link will help you support this channel and also gives you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you with the challenges you're facing. Keeping harmony in a small space can be really difficult if you're not self-aware. So knowing when you're being overbearing or irritating or even loud is pretty important. But don't worry, you'll always know when your partner is all of those things.
You'll notice this especially when you're trying to sleep and your significant other is FaceTiming with the grandkids at 5 a.m.
This is a really good one because when you move into this small space, you can't all of a sudden decide you're going to fix every problem that your partner has because A, it's impossible, and B, they're not going to go for it. So you need to pick the one thing that sends you over the edge, and that's the one that the compromise needs to be made on.
Just one thing?
Well, the most important thing.
Okay, yeah, that is true. You have to choose wisely.
Pick your battles,
yeah,
for sure.
And in the small space, you have to let a lot of the little things just go.
Say that again.
You heard me. Just let them go. And yes, guilty as charged. I wouldn't go in there. Let me hit this fan.
Living in a small RV means there is nowhere to hide. When your bathroom is practically in the same room where you eat, sleep, relax, and work, it means there's no room for being self-conscious or shy. And that little bit of mystery you used to have with your partner is about to be a thing of the past. Getting alone time can be really, really important. In your old sticks and bricks, everybody had many rooms they could go to hang out in if they needed alone time. You could go to work. Just the drive back and forth to work for me was all the alone time that I needed. And now that we have one car, we are always together. We work together. We hang out together. We do everything together. Sometimes you just need some time to yourself. Doing small things like Phil simply going outside to watch the football game, or him just going outside to work on the outside of the RV, or I could go on a walk. All of that gives me what I need to where I am much better to deal with after that.
True statement. She is much better to deal with when she's had her alone time. I'll walk outside to grab something out of the Jeep and be gone 10 seconds. Come back in, she's already got her audiobook playing, she's listening to it.
The TV's off.
And I'm like, what just happened? I just walked outside for 10 seconds. I was
watching ESPN. Now it's off. Seriously?
Right, did you hear that?
Hear what?
I think the neighbors are arguing. As soon as you remember to swap out the toilet paper when you use the last of it.
Whatever. There was one sheet left, so it didn't need to be replaced. Nosy? I just mopped the floor. Can you wipe your feet before you walk in the RV?
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Do you always take your shoes off when you come in?
Yes, every single time.
You do realize when we're backing the rig up, if I can't see you, then I'm not supposed to move.
Why are you bringing this up now? That's not even what we're talking about. That was 2 days ago. We are talking about the toothpaste.
The worst part about arguing is that everybody around your RV can hear you. You think because the doors and windows are closed, they can't hear you arguing about the cat being off the toothpaste? Think again. We've heard everything from doors slamming to dogs walking on tile in our RV's neighbor. So just imagine what you can hear when voices are raised. We've never finished talking about backing up, and you know I'd like to be straight when I back up.
All you do is keep it going, keep it going.
And all you do is stand back there where I can't see you. Why are you so unreasonable?
Seriously? It's not me. Okay, now the moment you've been waiting for. I know you've been dying to hear about that fight we got into that one time, so here you go. So I know the whole reason you guys are still watching this video is to hear about our doozy. So I think I should take the lead on this since Phil's the one who really screwed up that day.
And I have tried to erase it from my memory banks because it was literally the dumbest argument that we've had.
Oh no, we've had some really dumb ones.
I initiated this one, I don't even know why.
All right, so let me set the scene for you. We are in Red Bay, Alabama, and Phil had been trying to get me to drive this RV, and I had been resisting because I was so nervous. So he finally convinces me to get behind the wheel because all we're doing is driving the RV from one spot in the parking lot around Red Bay to another school.
We were in the Tiffin Service Center campground, and we were just driving to the back of the service center.
In a parking lot. That's all it was. So
Yeah.
The last thing I said was, before I got into the driver's seat, was, fine, I'll try it as long as you promise not to yell at me.
Here, take the keys. I won't yell at you. I promise.
I get behind the steering wheel, and I'm driving. I'm going 2 miles an hour. Everything's going great until...
Babe, watch the pothole. Watch the pothole. Watch the potholes! And she drives right into the pothole.
I didn't drive right into it. The front tire missed it, but I didn't know about tracking. I was still learning, and the back tire got it, and the whole RV kind of went... So Phil lost his ever-loving mind and started yelling at me.
That's an understatement.
So I put it in park, set the brake, unbuckled, got up, and I stomped off, flung myself on the bed.
All the while, the rig is still running, parked in the middle of the road to service center.
And Phil's yelling at me.
What are you doing? Get up here and finish driving. So there was a standoff. For, I don't know, it felt like 3 hours that we were sitting there.
It was probably 3 minutes.
It was, well, I'm not moving it. You get up here and do it. And she was defiant. She was on the bed.
Defiant. Wait, see? And that's where the fight broke out. Defiant.
She was not doing it. So I eventually got in, had to move it around to where we were going.
Look, the point is we all have arguments. We all bicker. The goal is to have as few as possible. Communicate as much as possible.
Yes, dear.
See, that's the perfect way to do
That's
it.
how I should
And
have
things
handled it.
will get along really, really good.
Yeah.
The thing is, with RV life, yes, you have less of the stressors you had in your sticks and bricks, but you have different new stressors.
Absolutely.
So no matter what situation you're going into, there are going to be new things that you have to learn, and that creates stress.
Right.
You just have to learn how to navigate it, and if you weren't good at it in your sticks and bricks, you're not going to be good at it in a space that's 300 square feet.
But if you want to practice, take your recliner into the kitchen in your house and sit behind your spouse while she's cooking. That'll give you a great...
And tell her she's using too many pots and
Yeah,
pans.
that's
That's a great way to start.
If you have any tips that'll help first-timers straight out of the gates, please list them down in the comments below.
Or maybe people who've been doing it for a while who are still trying to figure it out.
Maybe.
We all know that living in this small space can really try your patience, but hopefully it'll also bring you closer together.
And there was toothpaste in the cap. You could have used it.
We're supposed to be arguing.
Quit looking at me.
Do it again.
Yes, babe, I want you to be my beacon of ecstasy.
Toothpaste in the cap.
That's right.
Every problem.
Problem? You got a gummy bear in there? What do you got? A pile of dishes when I'm done cleaning. So I clean as I go.
You don't want to see a pile of dishes when you're done cleaning? Most people
No.
don't want to see a pile
Damn
of
it.
dishes when they're done
Damn
cleaning.
it, when I'm cooking.
You gotta do it again.
And that's creating visible walls.
How about invisible, not visible?
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretend walls. You're not building walls. We're not doing construction.
Can't put up the wall.
I'm touching you. I'm touching you. You don't look like you're mad. You look like you're about to crack up laughing.
Because you made me laugh. You said my stupid face. You make the bed every now and then.
I'm busy working. I'm the only one here who does it.
Oh, touche. Well played.